I was going through a really rough time in college. My mom sent me this whole giant box set of Golden Girls DVDs. This was before streaming, and it truly got me through one of the worst periods in my life. We both just loved Betty White's character Rose Nyland and how ditzy and innocent she could be, but then she'd surprise you with these sharp-witted comebacks, and no matter what, she always had the courage of her convictions. Whenever I asked an obvious question, my mom would always say to me, "No, Rose," like how B. Arthur would say it to Betty White. Watching that show has always been a really great way for me to feel connected to my mom ever since she died, and I am just so grateful for that. I can't even imagine how many people's lives Betty White has touched. Just what an amazing woman. I can't believe the response that my Betty White-inspired wand has gotten. Getting to read all of your connections to Betty White and the Golden Girls means more to me than I can articulate, and I'm so touched by the number of people in the comments who want me to do a whole set based on the Golden Girls. So the next Golden Girl I want to do is Dorothy Spornak, played by B. Arthur. I think my favorite thing about Dorothy is that she's not nice. Don't get me wrong, she's not mean, she's incredibly kind, but niceness and kindness are two different things. And in a society that demands niceness from women no matter what, I really appreciate seeing a female character who refuses to sacrifice her voice in the interest of niceness, which is a bold choice even by today's standards. And as someone who really struggles with being a people pleaser, Dorothy is my idol. I was literally going to do magenta for her wand until I watched an episode where Blanche says that she hates the color magenta. And she explains that when she was a little girl, she used to feel some type of way, and she couldn't put her finger on it, and she wasn't feeling green with envy, she wasn't feeling blue, she wasn't scared, so she wasn't yellow, so she called it feeling magenta. Blanche is such an interesting character, and we all know Blanche for being spicy, right? And she is, but there's also so much more to her, and I feel like this moment in the show is a really good illustration of that. I know Sophia is supposed to be next, but I decided to redo Blanche and make the wand a little bolder and make sure that it stands out from the other wands in the set. I debated whether or not I should remake it, and I decided that it actually is kind of poetic that I would end up redoing Blanche's wand, because one of my favorite things about Blanche is that she's very flawed, but she always ends up facing her flaws head on and evolving as a person. All the Golden Girls experience character growth on the show, but I think Blanche evolves the most frequently. So I think it makes sense that her wand would evolve as well. Let me know which Blanche wand was your favorite, this one or the original, and let me know what color you think Sophia should be, because I promise she's next. I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but I did figure out a way to incorporate Sophia's little wicker purse into this wand. I knew I wanted to do a wicker pattern, but I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, and then I remembered seeing a wicker pattern on a cake once done in frosting, so I looked up a tutorial for how to do that with frosting, and then I applied it with the hot glue. It was hard to capture it on video, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing, but you'll be able to see the full effect when it's painted better. I'm really thrilled with how it turned out. Anyway, here's all the Golden Girls together. This was a really fun series. Should I do an Encanto series next?